Pick it up! Oh no, he's that way. If you require pillbox access, see me or Father DeRay. We're both in possession of a key. Didn't I already get the key? Oh, it was in the foreman's thingy. Definitely. Can I, like... this away? Oh, it got so fucking dark. I don't know where I'm going. Oh, this is lovely. Fucking lovely. Yes, this is the chapel. I found Father DeRay. Nobody here by that name. I'd make a run for it, but I have no idea where the fuck I am. No, the priest is impaled behind me. Fuck me, man. Can this fuck nugget go away? Oh, he actually went away. Hey! Knew that. Oh, nice. Fuck you. Oh, fuck was that? I get shot up here? I'm gonna go with yes. Yes, I can. That's some bullshit. I guess I don't need you. Can you stop? You son of a bitch. Yeah, I just didn't know what it was to begin with. I don't think that actually made any sound. I'm gonna do the wine cellar first. I don't remember where the wine cellar's at. Oh, it's in the officer's quarters. Okay. I'm very careful, he won't notice me. There's a lot of bottles in here. It's a wine cellar. I don't know what I was expecting. They're all empty, though. Sabotage... Oh, wait. LaRue reports that Neuer is the source of the problem. He's going around telling the men that those damned texts contains amounts of pagan rituals performed in those tunnels. Ghastly and wild stories. Now superstition and rumors are passed around among the men like an open flask or venereal disease. Some even say they have seen the things. Ghosts, demons, fairies. Instead of the angel of Mons, I'm afraid we have the devils of Pazzaries. I've called Neuer for reprimanding. I'll make sure it is appropriately severe. Meanwhile, the engineers will continue to dig. Sounds perfect. Sabotage has left the tunnel project in ruins. At approximately 23 hour 30... On the 2nd of June, an explosion ripped through the tunnel system. It was quickly determined that explosives were missing from the arsenal and the explosion was no accident. After a swift investigation, the following soldiers have confessed to sabotage. Gaspard Leroux, First Class Johannes Nicolet, Toussaint Beaufoy, Jean Renoir, and Ozanne Zabel. 4 of the guilty now rot in the cells awaiting tribunal. The 5th, Toussaint, remains unaccounted for. He may have been killed in the blast. I believe there are others involved, but as of yet, no one will say anything. Worse than double agents, these men are cowards. They scream about ghosts and demons and other worlds. They claim they committed this act of treason to save their fellow soldiers from hell. Utter nonsense. We are still working to clear the tunnel site and assess the damage, but I fear that any hope of using them for our purposes is now lost. In addition, the explosion has caused other structural damage to the bunker itself. Flooding is now occurring in various areas. Okay then. So if I need bottles, I know where to go. For now, I do not need bottles. Fuck you and your low little eyes. Oh yeah, I'm going prison next. I also need bolt cutters for here. Hello? Oh, grenades. What the fuck is happening there? Goodbye, sir. He wasn't crazy, he was a prisoner. Now he's dead. I'm just going to lock that back. Then. Maybe if he didn't scream so fucking much. Oh, on another backpack upgrade. Didn't even eat them. Oh, well then. I am going to come back, I think. Oh. Fuck the grenades. That too, actually. I need bolt cutters for here. Oh, I just got the fucking bolt cutters. I'm retarded. Okay, Oh, in here. There'll be lots of fuel. I'll have to come back for that. Permission to court-martial all the tunnel saboteurs is granted. Any mercy is to be meted out at our discretion. I don't know about you, but I have none left. I say throw them all in the pit, leave them there till Armistice or Judgment Day, whichever comes sooner. Update on prisoner number 73014. With the rest of the cells empty, I have begun a program of aggressive interrogation. I hope the screams have not kept you awake. He continues to insist that he is a common soldier, that his rank was accidentally torn from his uniform, and that he knows nothing of the Second Army's plans. I do not believe him. I've ordered rations for the next 3 days. When next he's fed, I assume his gratitude will loosen his tongue. A final note, this work would be much easier if the officer wine rations were loosened. I have spoken to no one of what's written in those texts, I swear it, but now LaRue comes out of the tunnels claiming to have seen things described in them. My rational mind cannot accept that this might be coincidence, nor can it accept the alternative. I have to tell the others what's written in those texts. Tell them, warn them. They've punished LaRue for speaking out about what he saw, and now Renard has sent for me. I am sure I am to be punished as well. We're stuck between the Germans in front of us, High Command behind us, and some other horrible force that seems to lurk in shadows all around us. I fear we are now truly beyond God's reach. I've been locked in Delpy's cells for the past 2 nights. Reynard's punishments for me speaking about the text. Nightmare after nightmare there, dreams of darkness, seductive darkness, voices there welcoming me.
22 months woo.
God, that scared me. Thank you so much for the sub. I returned to my bunk and was met with all the men, and yeah, all of whom now have tales to tell. Nikolai, Farber, Halubeck, on and on. They're all hearing things, dreaming things. Nights are now spent in the grip of a fear that crawls up the spine and digs its claws behind the eyes, piercing mind and soul. But after what happened to LaRue and me, none dare to speak to the officers, not even to Jober. And worse, raids are beginning again. I'm to go tomorrow night. I simply... back from the raid, can't sleep, shells falling, the soles of my boots are worn thin, my feet bloody and blistered, lost too many out there, I feel trapped. Last night the entire barracks was awakened by the sounds from the tunnel. Nightly they grow louder. When I slept, I dreamt of other worlds, of pain wrapped in ecstasy. This morning we are all as ghosts. Things cannot continue this way. I will enter the tunnels and see if I can find some way to end this for all our sakes. Reynard is dead, murdered in the halls outside his quarters last night, his body desecrated. Given the severity of the violence done to him, Jozinski claims it must have been at least 2 assailants. I would have said it impossible to imagine any of our men committing such a heinous act, but after the tunnel sabotage, I clearly should have expanded my imagination. The guilty are among us. I will round up the most likely suspects. Interrogations to begin this afternoon. Reynard's body is being prepared to return to his family. He was a good man. This act will not go unpunished. After what happened with Neuer, after how Reynard and Fournier treated him in La Rue, there's only one way forward for us. I've gathered men I can trust, proposed to them what we will do. To a man, all of them were willing. It was such a relief. He seemed eager to go. The poor man, I hear him at night, muttering in rhymes, trying to comfort himself. For his sake, for all our sakes, this nightmare must stop. Late now on the 14th of June, the nightmares have stopped. We no longer hear those sounds. But now I am plagued by worse nightmares. My fellow saboteurs were all caught. Delpy and Reynard tortured them even now. And yet none of them have turned me in. I alone have escaped punishment. The honor among these men, my brothers, I'm not worthy of it. It haunts me. The guilt of it, I know they will be court-martialed, maybe even put to death, and here I am. My consolation, the war will punish me, as it punishes us all, and I will remain vigilant, lest whatever darkness lurks in those tunnels return. Okay, so we're done in soldier quarters, prison, officer quarters, central bunker, and maintenance, other than getting fuel. I sit now.
11th of July 1916, dusk. I sit now at the bedside of my dear friend Henri Clément. The doctor has left, but I remain. I feel I must record the extraordinary twists of fate and fortune that have led me to be here, breathing, alive, strong and well, while Henri lies unconscious, fighting for his life. It starts days ago, on a night patrol. I fell into some kind of pit. I was injured, unable to move, unable to escape. By all rights, it should have been my tomb. I cried for help, screamed myself hoarse. The effort left me parched, exhausted, and still alone. As the next night fell, as I cried what might have been my last cry for help, I could see the stars high above, beautiful, indifferent. And then Clément's face appeared at the top of the pit. He lowered himself to me, found a trickle of spring water there, and had me drink from it. It was cool and crisp, with a strange, sweet taste. Never has water felt more nourishing than that. Administered by a dear friend's hand. I was saved. But of course, that is not the last twist fate's blade would stab into my back. 11th of July 1916, night. Later now, I continue my tale. As Clément carried me across no man's land, fate struck again. A German outpost spotted us. Gunfire, explosions, desperation. And as the air cleared, I pulled myself to my feet and saw that Henri was wounded, blood pouring from his head, his eyes glassy. He was fading. I do not know where I found the strength to carry him, but carry him I did, all the way back to our bunker. 12th July, 1916, morning. Woke this morning and realized that a toy I purchased for my son is gone. I promised him I'd bring him something home from the front, so I brought him a stuffed rabbit from a local shop. A rabbit because he
Random,
thinks
my
he's
headset
so
turned
fast.
off.
It must have fallen from my pack when I fell into the crater. The thought of that stuffed rabbit lying in that crater, rain and weather matting its fur, unloved, forgotten, totally alone, lost forever. It fills me with profound hopelessness. 12th July 1916, afternoon. Spoke to the doctor. He told me Henri woke in the night and had no recollection of the events in the crater. Indeed, he seemed even confused as to where he was. Aside from this disturbing news, I'm feeling rather good. Stronger and stronger. as if the whole ordeal has filled both my body and soul with new purpose.
So, this Amnesia game is slowly tying into the last Amnesia game. Because in the last Amnesia game, there were tunnels to a different world, different universe or whatever. And in that universe, the queen, or whatever the fuck her name was, she had magical water that basically healed you. It was essentially the fountain of life. And it was made from human vitality, or whatever you want to call it. It sounds like the tunnels that they opened up, along with this crater that this dude fell into, sounds like he ended up drinking from that water, vitality water, or whatever. Which means that the thing roaming the halls is probably a hunter. I think they were called hunters. They were basically like, wardens. They tracked down people, if they tried to escape or whatever from, like, the queen's reign. I received your message about the order to dig the bunker deeper. I appreciate your enthusiasm, your patriotism. I only wish I could share it. I fear command will only prove themselves fools and your men will pay the cost. They want a grand subterranean hub of courage, steel, and intelligence. We both know that they will get a rancid, stinking pit, a void, a hole, full of men scared and confused. Then they will proclaim it a success and issue a new order, dig again, deeper this time, for France, for victory. Your orders that dig, they are the very war itself in miniature, the arrogant and idiotic leading the scared and foolish ever downward toward darkness. I'm sorry, my friend, my mood is pitch black, and everywhere I look I see this world barreling forward into chaos. Please keep this message between us. I don't need a court-martial heaped upon my woes. Yeah, and then, also in the last one, the way that, like, you would get from this world to that world was through, like, portals inside of, like, the walls of, it was in the desert, but, you know, whatever. It could be, like, the tunnels here leads to it. When it took Tremblay, I saw its face. As it tore into him, it looked right at me, and I think maybe it knew who I was. What the hell is it? I think whatever is actually, in the halls was once human, because it is wearing the remains of clothing. And I swear sometimes, like, if it's trying to hunt me, it speaks. They said that whenever they tried to close off the cavern, or the tunnels, that one of the men that helped with the explosion apparently died in the explosion, but they never found his body. I think that might be him. And in the last game, if you, like, stayed in their world too long or whatever, you would end up, like, turning into essentially some type of Wendigo hunter that was under the Queen's rule. In regard the fate of the saboteur Toussaint Beaufoy, Leroux has added further details to his confession. He now claims that upon entering the Roman tunnels that night, Toussaint confided in Leroux that he had other work to do. When Leroux pressed him for detail, Toussaint whispered something and pointed to his own eyes. Soon after, Toussaint split from the other saboteurs and disappeared into the darkness. Yeah, this dude here, Toussaint, he's missing. When the others failed to locate him, they assumed he had returned to his bunk and proceeded with their plan. I believe it's safe to assume that Toussaint either perished in the blast or has since starved to death in the rubble. Yeah, that dude. That dude was missing and they never found his body.